just want it a little bit shorter, not too much, just a little bit off the top. Yeah, of course, Dar, that's no problem. What the? And welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlie and I have haircut anxiety. Now you might think I'm joking, but I'm not. I genuinely hate getting a haircut. It is one of my deepest fears in life. Well, it's not really a fear, but I don't enjoy it, put it that way. Now I think the reason I don't really like haircuts is because you're putting your life in someone else's hands. You're giving a stranger your appearance and letting them control it. You are literally paying someone and asking them to cut you. Cut your hair. Yeah, that's probably a better way of putting it. And this isn't a new anxiety either. I've lived with this for my entire life. When I was younger, I was one of those kids. I absolutely hated getting a haircut. Apparently, I screamed and I cried, and my parents literally had to wait until I fell asleep to cut my hair. As I got older, I got braver. But I still had rules. 1. Only scissors. No one is coming at me with that buzzing machine of death. Razors, shavers, clippers, whatever they're called, I do not want to see them. They were terrifying as a child. You'd just be in the hairdressers and then they'd be like, okay, yeah, just stay still, I'm just gonna mechanically remove the hair from your head. I remember once that the thought of cutting my hair was so scary that I took matters into my own hands. Now you might think I'm being a little bit overdramatic, and maybe I am, but I can truthfully say that I had the same haircut for 16 years of my life, and I don't know why I put up 10 fingers. And yeah, I know, I should have changed my hairstyle earlier, but that's where Justin Bieber comes into it. You see, when Justin Bieber first rose to popularity, his haircut became known as the Bieber cut, and I myself had the Bieber cut. However, because I had the same hairstyle 10 years prior to Justin Bieber, the Bieber cut was actually the Charlie cut. I knew I should have copyrighted that thing. And everyone started saying that I had the Bieber cut. But I didn't have the Bieber cut. I had that same haircut from the day I was born. Well, maybe not the day I was born, but you get the point. And you might say, Charlie, why don't you just get a haircut to escape living in his shadow? And honestly, I considered it. And then he went and cut his hair. And I don't want to be looking like no copycat. So I kept the same hairstyle for 6 more years. Now don't get me wrong, I didn't hate the look. And within those 6 years, I mastered the art of the hair flick. But with the pressure of school and my hairstyle, which required little to no maintenance, it got too much. So I just let it grow. Until it got to a point where I couldn't really see. Like honestly, what is that? I look like I'm wearing a mop. So I decided, before the end of the year, I was gonna make a change. For once in my life.
I'm so funny.
I remember not knowing what to do. After 16 years of having the same hairstyle, I was in uncharted territory. I looked online for inspiration. Could I go bald? Would I dye my hair? Can I rock a mohawk? If I remember correctly, I also downloaded one of those apps where you can change your hairstyle. And then deleted it immediately after realizing how stupid it was. I only told one of my friends that I was considering getting a haircut because I needed some kind of guidance in this journey. And they sent me some ideas which were, questionable? So after fretting over it for weeks, I went to the hairdressers and did it. I walked in there and said, let it be gone. And then moments later, it was. Everyone was shocked. My own family didn't recognize me. I went to school the next day and everyone thought I was new. Okay, that didn't quite happen, but people noticed. There I was, rocking a new look. New year, new me. In November. And after everybody's initial reaction, I went unnoticed. Because I realized that getting a haircut really isn't a big deal. And since that change of hairstyle, I've looked exactly the same. So now, when I go to the barber and they say, hey dude, how do you want it cut? I tell them my story. I'm kidding, that would take far too long. So that's why I made this video, so now I can just give them the link. But no, I just asked them to do the same haircut, but shorter. But then when I leave the barber, I record a series of Snapchats saying how it's too short and I end up hating it for 2 weeks until it grows. And then I wait like a full year to get it cut again. Because it really is a vicious cycle. I don't know what motivated me to share this story today, but I think think it shows character building. And on the bright side, at least I don't still look like this. Bye! Jacinta, can you get me a coffee?